In this video, I will guide you through the process of summarizing and ending a nest attempt. First, let's navigate to the My Nests page. Next, open your nest site list, or click a marker on the map to find the location in which your nest attempt was recorded. Note that the map markers show a quick preview of what's currently in the nest, eggs or chicks. If you see a plain marker, you'll know that there are no eggs or young recorded in those nests at this time. You can click Edit Attempt here, or click the End Nesting Attempt button for any nest that shows up in your sidebar. Once you click into your attempt page, double-check that all of your data are correct, including your species, any additional information you may be asked about predator guards or supplemental feeding, all of your nest visits, and any nest photos you may have uploaded to this nest attempt, which should appear here beneath the data table. Next, click the Summarize this nesting attempt button located along the bottom of your screen, to the right of the All Data Saved button. If this button doesn't read All Data Saved, make sure you click it to perform a final save before the summary process begins. You should notice that these buttons are attached to the bottom of the browser window, so they should be visible no matter how much you scroll up and down the page. Once we click this button, you'll see the summary section appear beneath your data table. Now, you have a few final fields to fill out. First, choose a nest fate. This is a required data field, and there's a drop-down with choices to select from. Choose the option that best matches the outcome of your nest. For help choosing a nest outcome, please visit the relevant FAQ from our help page, listed under the Data Entry Protocol section. After you've selected your outcome, enter any additional comments you'd like to include, especially if you'd like to explain your choice further. Then, scroll down to start entering your important dates. We would rather you leave them blank than enter a complete guess. Also, please do not record dates by counting out the average incubation and brooding times for each species. It's better to record these dates according to your direct observations. A few other things to note here. The first egg laid date is the date the first egg was laid in a clutch, not the first day of incubation. In many cases, the bird will not start incubating until the last egg is laid. Most songbirds lay 1 egg per day, so if the bird has 6 eggs in its clutch, it likely took 6 days to lay those eggs before the incubation period began. If you visit a nest during the egg-laying process, you can estimate this date by counting back on a calendar. If you did not visit the nest during the egg-laying period, then it's okay if you do not record this date. Use your best judgment for estimated versus observed. If you see eggshells in the nest and hatching young, it's probably safe to say observed for the hatch date. But if you visit a nest with very small young that look like they hatched maybe the previous day or the day before that, and there are no eggshells in the nest, it's better to record it as estimated. Please use your best judgment for the fledge date. Many songbirds will fledge in the early morning, so you may not catch fledging in progress. Use the data you collected from your last nest visit and any observations you make after the nest is empty to determine the most likely fledge date. Section 3 asks you to report host species totals. The numbers here should pertain only to the host bird of this nest, so if your nest included the eggs or young of a brood parasite, such as a cowbird or cuckoo species, in addition to the host young, please do not include any numbers pertaining to the brood parasite in this section. Count up the visits you made to the nest and enter the number here. Report the total clutch size, the number of unhatched eggs, the number of live young in the nest, and the number of fledged young. Zeros are helpful here, so please only leave a field blank if you are not sure what number to report. Importantly, these fields are used to calculate the data in your quick summary that appears below your nest site map. If these summary fields are not filled out, the data from this nest will not get added to those aggregate numbers. I'll come back to this quick summary again in just a moment. Finally, there is a space to add any additional thoughts you have about the nest. This is where you can talk about the outcome a little more, how the nesting attempt made you feel, or any additional details that help describe what happened. When you're all done, look at the bottom of your screen again to find that bar that moves as you scroll. You'll see an option to end this nesting attempt now, to end the attempt and immediately create a new attempt, which might be helpful for people who are transcribing several nest attempts in one sitting, and the option to cancel ending this attempt. The Cancel button will close the summary section and allow you to edit your nest visit data above once more. For now, we will click End this nesting attempt. You'll notice if you scroll up that all of your data are visible, but cannot be edited. So you're all set. That said, if you notice any errors, look for this Reopen Attempt for Editing button to the right of your species. If you click this button, you'll be able to edit those data fields once again. If you do this, be sure to summarize and end your attempt once more to save those changes. When you're ready to move on, scroll all the way up and click this Back to Your Data button to return to the My Nests page. Now, on your map, you'll see that your marker has again returned to a plain blue color, and your nest no longer appears in this Nest Attempts in Progress sidebar. If you click on the marker, or open the nest site list, you'll see Add Attempt here as an option instead of Edit Attempt. If a bird starts laying a new clutch of eggs in this location, you can click this option to start recording data on a new attempt. If you scroll beneath your map, you'll see your quick summary. Total nest sites is how many nest sites are listed in your account, including all archived nests. And the other fields pertain to the current year. Again, the total eggs, total young, and total fledglings are calculated using the data entered into the host species totals fields in the nest attempt summary. And that's it. You're all done. Repeat this process anytime a nest attempt comes to a close.